hello, my little friends, and welcome. Get comfy, because I've got a super duper silly story for you today. It's a story about a book, some very funny aliens, and our wonderful planet Earth. But first, I have a question for you. Do you really think a simple book, one with funny rhymes inside, could save our whole world from aliens? That sounds kind of crazy, right? Well, let's see what happens. Okay, our story is called A Book That Saved Earth. So let's get our imaginations ready. We're going to travel way, way back in time to see something so funny that happened. Ready to go?
Whoosh! Here we go. We're going way, way back, all the way to the year 2040. That's when just one little book did something, wow, totally amazing. It saved everyone.
So, who was coming to visit Earth from way, way out there in space? Let's find out. It's time to meet the Silly Martians from space.
Whoa, look at this guy. This is the boss of the planet Mars, and his name is the Great and Mighty Think Tank. He's got this giant egg-shaped head, and guess what? He thinks he's the smartest person in the whole entire universe.
And over here, this is his helper, Apprentice Noodle. Now, Noodle is very helpful and kind of quiet, and maybe he's even a little bit smarter than his boss. He's always helping Think Tank with all his big, grand plans. So what was Think Tank's big, big plan? Well, he looked down at our lovely planet Earth and shouted in his big, loud voice, "I want to invade that primitive ball of mud called Earth before lunch." Oh no, can you believe it? All right, so Think Tank sent his team in a spaceship all the way to Earth. But you know what? When they landed, they ended up in a super weird place. And they had a really big question. Are these things hats or are they sandwiches? They landed in a library. Yep, Captain Omega, Lieutenant Iota, and Sergeant Oop just stood there, looking all around, totally confused. I mean, they'd flown all the way across space, but they had never, ever seen a book before. So Sergeant Oop, he's the bravest one. He just picks one up and plops it right on his head. And he goes, maybe they're hats. Can you imagine a book for a hat? That's so silly. But way back in his spaceship, the super smart Think Tank had a totally different idea. He announced, "That thing you're holding is a sandwich. It's what the people on Earth eat." A book is a sandwich? That doesn't sound right at all, does it? And then Think Tank gave a very silly order. Eat it. Oh, poor Sergeant Oop. He had to take a big bite. He opened his mouth really wide and crunch. He chewed and yuck. He made the funniest face. It tasted awful. But luckily, Noodle had a much better idea. He said to his boss, "Sir, maybe the Earthlings don't eat them, maybe they watch them." And that's when the Martians found the secret code book. So the crew found this big, colorful book, and on the cover it said Mother Goose. But they had no idea it was just a book of rhymes for kids. Nope, they thought they'd found a secret book with all of Earth's secret plans inside. Okay, so they started to read the secret code. It said, "Mistress Mary, quite contrary, with cockle shells and silver bells." And when Think Tank heard this, he freaked out. He shouted, "Oh my goodness, the people on Earth are growing weapons in their gardens. It must be a trap." Then they read the next one. "Hey diddle diddle, the cow jumped over the moon." Oh, this made Think Tank even more scared. What? They have cows that can fly? They've taught their animals to go into space. They could be sending 1,000,000 cows to attack us right now. But then, the Martians read one last rhyme. And you guys, this one was the scariest one of all. This is the story of how Humpty Dumpty scared them all away. So, Sergeant Oop starts reading about Humpty Dumpty. The one who sat on a wall and had a big fall. But when he looked at the picture, he saw something really strange. That big, round, egg-shaped head. Wait a minute. It looked exactly like Think Tank. Yep. Back on his ship, Think Tank saw the picture and let out this huge, scared scream. "It's me! That's my big balloon brain! The Earthlings have seen me! They know I'm coming, and they're going to make me have a great fall!" He was so scared. He just started shouting orders super fast. 1. Leave Earth right now. 2. Get everything out of there. 3. Fly far, far away. And 4, this is the most important one,
never come back.
And just like that, poof, the Martians scrambled back to their spaceship and flew away as fast as they possibly could. And that, my friends, is how one little dusty old book of rhymes saved the entire world from a Martian invasion.
So, a long time after that, we actually became friends with the Martians. They finally learned that books are for reading, not for eating, and they got a new leader. They chose the wise and wonderful Noodle instead of silly old Think Tank. And now, their favorite thing to do isn't invading planets anymore, it's reading books.
But you know, even today, there is one book, just one, that the Martians are still too scared to even look at. Do you have any guesses what it might be?
That's right, it's Mother Goose. Just thinking about that big, round egghead that looks so much like their old boss is still just a little too spooky for them. And that was the super silly, super funny story of the book that saved our Earth.